very much. Catholics across the world will be paying close attention to events happening in Rome this week.
Yeah, the Pope is chairing a meeting which is known as the Extraordinary Synod on the Family, where leading members of the Church will be discussing contentious issues like contraception, divorce and abortion. Well,
Chris Morgan is from the organisation Catholic Voices and he joins us now from our London studio. Chris, thank you so much for coming in to talk to us this morning. So lots of important issues that are at the heart of, Catholic life, Catholic faith. What kind of changes do you think that British Catholics would like to see from this synod?
Well, I think the important thing to note is that we're not looking at changes of doctrine here. This is a synod about looking at the pastoral challenges to the Church in the context of evangelisation. So we all know how important families are, but also there's a lot of stress on family life nowadays. And the Church cares passionately about this. The Church has got a huge vision for marriage and the family, and so what they'll be looking at is ways of finding compassionate and practical ways of accompanying families that's in keeping with the teaching of the Church.
And it's one of the main criticisms, isn't it, levelled against Catholicism, that they have a very dated view of things like divorce, contraception, same-sex marriages. Do you think we'll see big changes?
Well, as I said, we're not going to see changes to the doctrine. What we're going to see is ways of dealing with, for example, this very, very painful and difficult situation of people who have married in the Church, so they've had a sacramental marriage, and we have to accept there's no way of undoing that. There's no undo button, because a sacramental marriage is forever. And in fact, that's what we desire as human beings. I think that every bride and groom, when they get married, they desire that their love blossoms and is forever, and the Church takes that seriously. So we also know that there are many cases where there is a breakdown in the marriage. There are difficult situations, and some people then have remarried outside the Church. So what the Synod will be looking at is how do you accompany those people in a way that helps them to live their faith while also protecting the sacredness and the indissolubility of marriage.
And this will be a real test, won't it, of Pope Francis. He's seen as a very progressive Pope, isn't he? A Pope of the people. He spends a lot of time out and about among normal people. Do you think he's got a progressive view on this kind of thing? Will we see some of that view coming across at this synod?
I'm not sure if words like progressive really help to describe the Pope. What he's talked about a lot is the mercy of God and the fact that we need the mercy of God, and we should put that before formalism and rules. And I think you can see that that's exactly why he's chosen the Synod to be on the family, because the family is the place where we learn what it means to love and to be loved, to forgive and to live in society. So by putting this at the centre, it's really continuing the message that he started off with, and that is God's mercy and love in our lives.
Issues like same-sex marriage will always be contentious within the Catholic faith, won't they? How do you think they'll be treated at this meeting?
Yes, well, they are contentious, and we need to live in society where that is being accepted. And the important thing, again, is to understand the desire for love that everybody has, whether that's expressed through a same-sex attraction or through an opposite-sex attraction. But the Church will be reaffirming the truth that marriage as a natural institution is there between a man and a woman in order to build the family and to have and to educate children, and then looking at how then do we share the love that comes from a marriage with people who don't have that attraction to the opposite sex.
So no major changes to the doctrine, Chris, but plenty to look out for at that synod. Thank you very much for bringing us up to date with what will be discussed. Thanks very much.